You probably can hear me much better now. Let me get myself together. Hold on, folks. Technical difficulties, people. And let's make sure we are streaming. I believe we are. I can't change the browser because if I do, the window capture. Oh, wait a minute. I could detach it. I think. Let's try something.
Yeah, it's live.
Yeah, it's live, but oops, it's capturing the wrong window. Bring us back. Hold on, folks. Hold on, folks. Y'all know how it be when it's live, man. Here it is, there it is, there it is. Sorry about that, folks. Sorry about that, man. As you guys can tell, we're much later than normal. We apologize, but we're still gonna try to get a decent show out for you guys. If we have to go a little past 10 o'clock, it is what it is tonight, man. But probably not too much longer because there's not a whole lot to talk about. But anyway, let's dive into what we do have to talk about. Welcome, guys, to the latest episode of the Sim Standard. I was about to say Sim Standard podcast with myself, along with Smitty and AzureEffect here in spirit. You guys see the title. We're definitely going to talk about no news from Madden 21 currently for next gen, which leads some people to believe that maybe it's not a launch title. But we also want to dive into NBA 2K21 and what they're doing. Looks like they're living up to their word. They're saying that it's built from the ground. Sure looks like it based off of the information that they have out there. So we're going to talk about that. And to kick off the show, y'all know what we do each and every week. We're going to talk about our football teams and anything else that may be relevant or not relevant to what we're talking about tonight. So really quick, let's go ahead and jump into that. What's up, Smitty? How was your week? How those Lions, man? How you feeling about the Detroit Lions currently?
Man, like I said, the Lions are looking more and more like an afterthought. It's cool that we got guys came back from injury. Coleman, has came back. Justin Coleman's back into the fold, so he's a solid secondary player for us. Excuse me. I mean, you know, yes, we won last week. It was rumored that if the Lions lost that game, Patricia was going to be fired, like right after. So it's funny that they won that game. And what's even funnier is that you've seen these guys blitz. I mean, they were blitzing in a healthy clip as well, which is not what Patricia has been doing at all. He's been playing a lot of, a a lot of man coverage, a lot of single, uh, uh, a lot of, I was saying single, cover one primarily. And that's what he would just do all game long. And, we don't have a potent pass rush. We don't have any of that. So it's like, it was a nice change of pace to see them get on top, what I'm saying, and really go after it in the game today. And Sim, I don't know if you noticed it or not, but your Twitter feed is showing up
Oh my god.
on the screen there, and that's all that's there. Just to let you know that.
There it is. It's back.
So,
See, this is the problem, guys, sometimes with Google Hangouts because the window capture is capturing. You know what? Maybe I could fix it. But the window capture is
but
capturing the browser, which is, yeah. So there you go. My bad, guys.
yeah, but no, so yeah, that's really the bulk of it. That's what's going on with the Lions. Like, you know, are we going to see these guys get a little bit more exotic out there with the play call? I won't even say exotic, but I'll say more aggressive. Are they going to be more aggressive with the play call? Are they going to get more assertive with their playing style, especially on the defensive side of the ball? I mean, like I said, you got to mix things up. You can't be such a predictable team, and it's like we've been, for the most part, the team has been very predictable. It's like, oh, excuse me, and I'm talking about like going back to even Caldwell days. Like it's like the team would be very, very predictable. Oh, excuse me, they'll be very predictable, for the most part, and then it's like the last week of the season, the last game or two.
All right, guys. Somehow we got cut off. Hold on. Hold on. 1 second. You guys are gonna see this in real time, man. Hold on. Me and Smitty just got cut off somehow. This is crazy.
It like they got to switch it up, man. So
There we go. We back. I don't know if you noticed this, Smitty, but we was cut off for a second. I'm telling y'all,
Oh, really?
this
Oh,
browser,
snap.
this browser's killing me, folks. Y'all saw me accidentally close the browser out, and Smitty was still
Oh,
talking.
wow.
But I
Dang.
was able to join back in there. So we back now, but for a moment,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys.
So the thing had. Oh man. Okay.
Tech
So yeah, I'm seeing all the
technology.
clicks and everything going on. All right. Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna look. We're gonna research into an option or two that will be better. That'll work a lot smoother for us doing the show. So where it'll show both of us and not have those problems. But that's basically all I got on the Lions, man. There's one game is not gonna all of a sudden get me jacked up for them. Like that, I gotta see. Excuse me. I gotta see what they do for the entirety of the season to really make any kind of call and be like, hey, you know what? If they keep playing this style or whatever, like I can't call it. With our team right now. So we're one of the worst teams in the division. I mean, in the NFL, we have one of the poorest pass rush presences ever. So it's like it's funny to be like we're near at the bottom of the barrel defensively, and then we were stuffing, the Jaguars. But I mean, once again, Jaguars aren't, they're not the team. They're not a premier team to really
Right.
look at and expect us to do, great things and everything like that. So yeah, so we'll see what happens.
And guys, again, we do apologize, man. Part of the reason why we were delayed is one, I got a late evening, had dinner late, had a late meeting at my job. That's the price you pay, guys, when you get a promotion and now you're a management team and late meetings. But anyway, can't complain. Salaries, can't complain. So I'll just leave it at that. However, the reason why we're having so much problems, you guys remember last week. Let's just give y'all a quick run up to speed so you guys know what we're dealing with. We was using Zoom. Zoom was working just fine for us. And for some reason, I guess the people at Zoom realized, hey, this guy doesn't pay for our services. They started cutting us short to about 40 minutes. So that happened to us in real time on the show. Y'all saw me and Smitty run an audible on that show. We got his audio back. We were able to keep going. Tried to do Skype last week. For whatever reason, Skype is not allowing the dual screen, and nor is it doing the flip. When one person talks, it shows that person is not doing the speaker view. So we decided this week we would try Google Hangout. However, and Smitty reminded me of it, since we use Google Hangout, they now have created Google Meet. So before the show started, me and Smitty was in Google Hangout. Everything was perfect. We were ready to get started. Same thing happening with the picture. So Smitty said, hey, they actually have Google Meet now. Switch over to Google Meet, and now we finally have this somewhat split screen. But because of that, it's recognized as a browser. I'm capturing the window in the streaming software. So that's why, like Smitty was saying, hey, Sim, your Twitter is showing. So every time I went to a different tab, it was just capturing Google Chrome. So that's why all the problems you guys are seeing tonight. Just wanted to bring y'all up to speed. We will definitely figure this out so we can continue to bring you guys, the video along with the audio. But other than that, I don't have much to say either, man. I mean, look, I can't really sit and complain. The Steelers are 5-0. We haven't played the best teams, but the Browns, you could arguably say they were decent coming in 4-1, and with the type of talent that they have, they look like a different Browns team. But as soon as you think that, the Steelers made them look very average, beat the brakes off them. However, we got big bad Tennessee this week. It's gonna be a tough one. Derrick Henry is a freak of nature.
Yeah.
Why is this man to quote Mike Tomlin? Mike Tomlin said it's almost like Bud Dupree playing running back, but faster. Why is he that fast, that big? We got one heck of a challenge. They're 5-0. We're 5-0. NFL, you dropped the ball. I saw you made some readjustments to flexing games. Why did you not flex this game? Why would you allow this game to be a 1 p.m. game and not a prime time game when both teams are 5-0? If I'm not mistaken, the only two remaining 5-0 teams in the AFC, I think. If you're going to make a flex, this was the one. Not what you flexed. Now, granted, Seattle is 5-0 too. They should get prime time, and I think they're going to end up playing that night. But come on. This was the game that at least flexed to a 4:25 start, so more of the country can see it, because now it's going to be a regional thing for those who, don't have the ability to watch multiple games. But anyway, we'll see what happens, guys, and I'll tell you how I feel next week as far as, what happened in that game. Don't want to waste too much time here, man. Smitty, let's dive right into it. Like I always do, I'm going to ask you what direction you want to hit it from, man. You want to go, we going right into the Madden stuff, or you want to go into the 2K stuff first?
We can touch on the 2K because we'll go on the Madden. We go in on that. So, I'll say like with the 2K stuff, just lead off here.
Take it away. Yeah, go ahead, Smitty. Knock it out.
The key thing, because like I had texted it to Sim, and I was just saying like 2K with this article. And the thing is, even though we've talked progressively about all the different articles during the course of this period of time leading up to the launch, one can't help but to just be bugging out a little bit and just be like, yo, look at all this stuff that 2K is putting out. Look at this content. They talked about core gameplay in 3 blogs.
Man.
Now, they started to talk about which are all key things, and they talked about the My Team stuff. I mean, not My Team, excuse me, My Career. And see, that's the thing too. We ain't heard nothing about what the new neighborhood is going to be about. We haven't heard anything about what the new My Team is going to be completely like. And what's crazy is, even if you look at the end of the blog, they said that they have stuff that they said, we are going to blow your minds with what we got.
That's what she said.
For off the court. You see what I'm saying? So it's like to see 2K come out like that, as they've been going throughout the day here today. I'm just scrolling through. I gotta find, here it is. Find the blog here real quick. And they basically had said that they're going to, what was it at here? Yeah, here we go. We got a lot of jaw-dropping news coming soon about all the amazing stuff happening off the court that's going to blow you away. And see, my thing is, when you're talking about off the court stuff, you're talking about My League, and you're talking about, I'm pretty sure they're talking about the neighborhood stuff and My League and My Team and all that. But you're talking about My League and My GM. Like, that stuff is going to be part of this. And my thing is, if these guys are going to be coming out with a lot more depth and meat on the bone, just like they did with their core gameplay, I'm excited for it. Like, and I know some people on Twitter, when they shown that pick and roll example with LeBron and AD, and they were talking about the defense, the AI, because of how Jay Crowder defended it poorly. Like, basically AD set the screen, and you saw Crowder run up there along with his teammate that was fighting. I think it was Dragic, if I'm not mistaken. He was fighting through the AD screen, and then you saw Crowder come up there just in the defensive stance, come up there to AD. So they were both on AD, and then LeBron had the wide open jumper. So it's
Mm,
like I can understand that being a problem because you just talked about it in your article about how you improved AI defensively across the board, and then to only see it be a problematic, a problematic thing when it comes to switching logic.
right.
You see what I'm saying? So when you have that and then you see it be a problem literally in the clip you show, even though the focus was offense in that clip, it still is a problematic thing to see. So my thing is wait and see what the game actually has. Because yes, the game has flaws like all games do. But at the same time, 2K has a lot of smart decision making on the court with their AI in comparison to all the illogical things that happen.
Yep.
So, I mean, look at this new switching logic for both on ball and off ball screens, rereading. So expect to see fewer cases of the AI calling for a switch without a screen leaving a player open. And see, that's why they got clowned on because you literally had that clip offensively that contradicts that. So once again, I want to see what happens, with the game, and then even with the Ace tech. Shout out to OG on that. Uh, has the ability to recognize and adapt to different types of off-ball actions, including flare screens, down screens, back screens, and handoffs. Improve CPU defender logic to get in position to take charges. Transitional defense. Um, improve logic for defenders in avoiding each other when moving around obstacles. This goes hand in hand with the off-ball movement changes that were talked about in last week's blog. Game planning where you play through the star, and even the ace system will automatically pick, they'll take from the best scorer on the team and only run scoring actions for them through plays and freelance actions. So regardless of what kind of player that they are, if they're a post player, perimeter player, any of that, they have the play set up for that. See, this this is the key thing I want to get to. Number one, we're looking at innovation for next gen. Number two, brand new experience you're talking about here, right? I mean, yeah,
Hmm.
people are gonna say like, oh, well, if it's gonna feel the same, it's gonna have some sense of feeling similar to some kind of degree. I mean, it's not gonna be
Yeah.
completely brand spanking new now. I mean, come on, guys.
What do
Like,
people
it's not
expect
gonna
when
be
they
like
say that?
that.
I really wonder what they like in theory. What does that mean when you say,
Yeah,
in your mind, when you say, "Oh, it's going to be a brand new game," and I'm expecting something totally different? How far away from the current sport can it get? You know what I mean?
right. Yeah, like it's not
2K ain't
gonna
that far
go.
off.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's you can only take it. You can only take it so far. So I mean, you
Yeah.
you can't you can't play this and really be like, man, this is the same thing as we had before. Like it's terrible. Like I had a guy comment at me about when I said I look forward to what they talk about off the court stuff. Like I can't wait to see franchise news. And dude was like, yeah, it's gonna be disappointing though. And I was like, bruh, I like my league. And he's like, well, yeah, it's cool, but it's buggy though. And see, this is what I'm saying.
Oh
It's
gosh.
like this. It's like this. 2K, it's like the 2K crowd to an extent. It's like Chef Gordon Ramsay has been your chef for too long. See, he been cooking for you so long. Now you like, man, this place ain't hitting no more. But when he was first cooking for you, though, yo, you see what he did?
Right.
Now is, oh, that's all he did. Oh, okay, whatever. Like you're looking for something to be wrong, or you're looking for a reason to downplay it and call it a shortcoming. Whereas the Madden situation, man, we got food, we got McDonald's drive-through food sitting under a heat lamp all day. You know what I'm saying? made by 15, 16-year-old kids. You know what I'm saying? So, and we're complaining about that. But you see what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a different level where 2K is at. And I mean, just the stuff that I read, all of this stuff is from things that have been built up by 2K over the course of years. End of game logic, improve the AI's ability to time plays with the shot clock for buzzer beater situations. Like, this is stuff they didn't have before. Even though 2K, did they always have the best logic? No. But at the same time, they would showcase logic at times where when they're in the game, they're gonna hold on to that ball and try and milk the clock down and take a shot. Like that kind of stuff. These are things that 2K has steadily been working on over the course of their iterations throughout the years. We don't have anything like this with Madden. Not even close to something like this with Madden. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nothing
what's the
close.
name? Like, I'm just trying to think. Like, I was playing the game the other day, 2K21. I was playing that the other day, and I was playing with the Mavericks, and I had Tim Hart. I had Hardaway Jr. on the perimeter. Luca passes me the ball. I'm not even running a play, just off the freelance. Luca throws me the ball. I'm on the perimeter. CPU, the AI, he ran around me, and and his defender was trailing to kind of bump all. He used me in a sense like a pick, basically like Reggie Miller would do. Like he would force screens, like he would just run into his teammates and try to get defenders stuck so he could run himself free. That's basically what Luca did. He ran around. Defender got kind of created a little separation, just enough so then I could dump the ball off to him. Like I saw it there, dumped the ball off to him, and he was able to lay it in on the other side of the rim. The defender couldn't get to it. But I didn't run a play. I didn't do a screen and roll or nothing like that. It was just Luca. And that's what I'm saying. It's like the game has those tendencies where these guys make the conscious decision, and that happens quite frequently. Now, yes, like I said, is stuff flawed in there? Yes. But the key things that I like is that they're like, man, there were so many things that we couldn't honestly nail down or, excuse me, truly get correct because we had the technological limitations of the previous gen. But now, look at what we're able to do. We're not just able to fix it, we're able to go above and beyond that. And that's the key thing that I like. Does this mean they're going to execute everything perfectly? No. But at the same time, this is a very refreshing experience. And also remember, you got this along with everything they talked about last week, everything they talked about the week before that. So this is a nice build. This is a nice build up across the board that they got here. I'm not going to downplay it and act like they ain't do anything for us. They did some real good stuff here in the game. And I mean, if you haven't read the article, I'm not going to go through the whole article here, but it's just, this is what we should be getting. And when you have something like this coming, and we're just talking about gameplay and a little bit of, and basically some of the new stuff with my career. And even with my career, what is it, 24 new takeovers, 24 new badges or whatever, 28 new badges, brand new. And they got rid of some stuff and brought new stuff in and everything. Like, this is the kind of stuff that we're talking about. You're trying to create new experiences, and that's the key thing. You're trying. You're truly doing it, and I'm glad it's like you're at least giving it a shot. And the key thing is we can see it on paper. Now we're gonna see the game soon enough, but on paper though, you're seeing, dang, they're doing all this stuff. Wow. Okay. Oh, I forgot. Unlike Madden, this game ain't barren. We still got My League, which had a tremendous amount of depth. What about the WNBA side of the game, which had a tremendous amount? Well, not tremendous amount, but they're starting to build that part of the game out.
That's
What
major.
about, yeah, and then you got, like I said, the My Team, the My League, the My GM, like all them modes, all those modes, and they ain't even talked about yet. And the game comes out in 3 weeks. You see what I'm saying? Well, yeah, 3 weeks with the consoles dropping. So come on, like it's not acceptable for these guys to be able to do what they do. And then when you look on Madden on the flip side, and we got so little, and then NBA Live from what they were giving
Oh
us,
man.
that's not acceptable. You see what I'm saying? Like as a community, it's like when it comes to Madden, and I'll throw it to Sim after this. It's like as a community, we accept so much less. You know what I'm saying? And especially in the case of live, it's like folk were willing to just they were to the point where they're like, man, look, we know the game is gonna more than likely it's gonna suck by a media standpoint. Just drop the game and so that way we have an option. And it's like, no, man, I'm sorry. Like that's not acceptable. Like listen, I'm all about just enjoying the game. Like I can have a excuse me, a casual approach to games at times as well and just enjoy games from what they are. But at the same time, it also has to give me a reason to reel me in to keep playing it. That's why games like back on Super Nintendo, NHL 94, that game was so iconic. You know what I'm saying? Games like Madden '04, Madden '05, and all that, those games being so iconic. It's because the gameplay offering that those games gave set new standards and raised bars and set legit levels of expectation, like in terms of what we should get from a product. Like this is what a quality product looks like. This is what we need to be getting on a regular basis, and we're not getting that at all when it comes to Madden. And once again, look at this kind of stuff here. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I got Madden stuff I'll say, but I'll say that for when we fully get into that. But I'll throw it to Sim for now, man.
Bah
What else
humbug.
you got?
Man, it's very simple, man, and I see the poster king. Don't let us forget to chime in on that. He says, basically, what excuse will they have? And we're gonna get to Madden here in just a moment.
Oh,
It's I don't have to say much more, man, than what Smitty already said. 2K. Here's the reality of it, and I always make the joke on Twitter. I know some of you guys see it, and you probably get a chuckle. But sometimes I laugh at the gamers. I laugh at us because we get. It's like Smitty said. You got Gordon Ramsay cooking your meals. Then all of a sudden, well, I'm used to his filet mignon. I'm used to the lobster tails, and then these special. What else you got? At some point, what I'm saying. At some point, you have to just appreciate the greatness. Like most of you guys have heard of this place. Me and my wife, we like every now and then when we get a chance to go. It's been forever because obviously because of the pandemic, we like to go to Ruth's Chris. You
oh
know,
yeah,
love it because that steak
yeah,
is just. And
yeah.
I hate to talk about food, but that sweet potato casserole, Lord have mercy. That you know what I'm saying? So what if somebody was giving that'd be like us going to Ruth's Chris and being like, you know what, I like your steak, but could you cook it a little like at some point, man, we get spoiled. And what I mean by that, and again, I'm not making the parallel. It's another place, by the way, guys, if y'all ever been to it, called Mastro's. I know it's not in everybody's city. It's in a lot of big cities. Yeah. Yeah. It gives Ruth's Chris the run for his money. But anyway, it's like 2K for the most part. How can I say this? At this point to me, 2K just has video game issues. And what I mean by that, some of these things are it's still a video game. And I know even myself get carried away sometimes. I'm like, he shouldn't do this. Why did that player do? It's still a game. 2K has everything that we could ask for if it was Madden. Everything. It has extreme depth in franchise. Hey, let's use Madden's analogy. You want to be a player, a coach, or a GM. 2K went and blew that out of the water. It ain't just pick how you want to play franchise. No. it's a completely different experience, completely. Whether you are single player in my career, and even with that, y'all all know this, but let's just say it. Even if you're just doing my career, you have multiple ways to play that. You want to play in the league? You want to go to pro-am? Hey, you want to
Yep.
go out on the park? You want to go in the neighborhood? It's like you
And
got
they
three.
they
Go
got
ahead.
rid of the pie charts, just to slide that in too, because people were complaining about the pie chart. So it's like they tried something, they weren't truly cool with it. What they do, they got rid of it, and now they're
See,
doing things a different way. Like, see,
multiple ways to play, man.
yeah,
Franchise, my league, my GM. I mean, and then the gameplay. We have to admit, considering the comparison, the gameplay is pretty stellar in comparison to Madden. Yeah, it has its problems. We all know that. Shout outs to Apex. You know, Gideon, Truth Chaser, whichever you guys may know him as. We know him as Apex is free. Gideon Prime. You know, we know the original Apex. So some of you guys may have seen his tweets, and I appreciate them. He keeps, throwing things out there like, hey, 2K, if y'all got this right, man. But if you didn't, I'm going to call you a liar. And I love that because we still should criticize them the same way we do Madden. But in the grand scheme of things, I think most of us enjoy playing 2K more than we enjoy playing Madden because it is pretty much there. And if they have done these things, all of these things that they talk about in the blogs, man, look, I'll just read one little small piece that's very important to me, man, because this can even transition into Madden. Just this alone. This is from last week's blog. Next gen movement.
no,
There's nothing more exciting for a developer than the arrival of a new console or new consoles. Every new generation gives us the opportunity to step back and reimagine how we can push the sports gaming genre forward. If I had to pick one aspect of gameplay that's probably benefited the most from the jump to the next gen, the answer would have to be on local motion. Movement is the foundation of solid basketball. That alone. Let's keep going.
hey, we could go home. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
We can
Pack
shut
up your
it down
ball and
on
go
that.
home. Let's finish this paragraph.
Yeah,
With
go
that
ahead.
foundation, when that foundation isn't solid, a lot of aspects of the game fall apart. We put a lot of resources towards improving locomotion with and without the ball, and I'm excited how far it has come to kick off this year on the next gen consoles on 2K Hoops. And I'm just going to read the bullet points. Dribble movement, defensive off ball, foot planting, body ups. Oh, if y'all haven't seen that, go read that one and watch the clips. Off ball contact, impact engine. Should I keep going? These are just the bullets. These are just the bullets. And that's my point. The game, I think this game is going to be great, man. It's going to be a good game because think about it. Think about this for a second. If 2K has refined and improved the experience that we have now, that's it. Then on top of that, they're going to give you the crazy graphics and the depth. And that's why we want to talk about this tonight, man. It's like, it's really getting to a point, man, Smitty, and I think we can kind of slide into Madden a little bit. I've said this before and I'll say it again. This is very important, man. This Madden 21 next level. It's going to tell me a lot about Madden, and honestly, I'm starting to find myself, man, pull further and further away from it. Do I still play in the 32-man league? Yeah. Because we have fun in there. Y'all haven't seen a lot of posts from me with franchise games offline. I usually do that. When the last time you saw one? I'm holding off until next gen. And if next gen don't deliver, if it carries over the same exact problems, the fundamental problems like player movement, body impact, foot planting, all this stuff they talking about, body ups, impact engine, if Madden goes over to this new console with the same fundamental problems with interaction, player movement, two-man sequencing, that's all I need to know. And it's unfortunate, but I'm telling you, I'm not going to be emphasizing and pushing. I ain't going as hard on Madden no more, man. I'm serious. Like, it's... I feel like I've come to that point, Smitty, where we'll talk about it, break it down, criticize it, but it's like I'm almost not even looking for it or up to the experience at all. Like, at one point, especially when me and Smitty was still going down there more regularly, we kind of saw the vision, even if it was, on a negative behalf. Like, let's say it like this, Smitty. We know what the devs want, right? But we haven't been there in a few years. Mm-hmm. So I really don't know what's going on, even from their standpoint, even though there's a couple of those guys already know what their vision would be for the game if they had, if it was in their hands. Mm-hmm. But the fact that we haven't been an integral part, let me explain that. We still provide feedback. But, you know what? I'm going to say it, Smitty. And it is what it is. Whoever hears this, so what? There was a time when me and Smitty and Azure would go down quite regularly. That was most of the time when Rex was there. Shout outs to our guy, Justin Duel. JD, he knows who he is, who pretty much brought us all in, along with, I'm sure Rex had the influence on that. And we were going pretty regularly. Then all of a sudden I started noticing that all of us weren't going as much. There'd be an event that I would go to, Smitty wouldn't be there, and maybe vice versa. And, I was like, well, what's going on with that? We kind of a unit. We feed off of each other. We're all individuals, and I'm not, I'm not trying to be, we're not trying to take the spot from anybody else and saying, no, bring us or else. But if you bring in the sim standard, you probably need to bring the three collective heads together, because that's how we get down. Because imagine this. I go to an event in February. Smitty is not there. Azure is not there. I'm not supposed to, in reality, I'm on an NDA, so I can't even share my thoughts with Smitty and Azure, which we work together as a conglomerate as the sim standard. Now, we are individuals, of course, but y'all approached us as the sim standard. Not SimFBallCritic, not Smitty, not AzureEffect. So I started not liking that when I know Smitty felt the same way. We started seeing that, and then it was kind of like, well, how are you choosing who you asked to come between the three? That's one thing. Now, all of a sudden, when the last time Smitty or I or Azure have been there? Last game I was there for was what? 19?
Yeah.
Trying to think. Yeah, I think 19.
Yeah, that was 19.
All right. Yep. Now, how about this? There used to be an area where a lot of us communicated, meaning other guys in the program. That no longer exists.
Yeah.
That this channel that we all used to communicate on Discord, it got dismantled. So what does that mean? There's really no communication with others except for me and Smitty and Azure and whoever else is still. But y'all see what I'm saying? And it's funny because y'all remember, did I not call it? What was this, about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago? Did I not say I see the writing on the wall? Come on, man. Come on. And that's my point. It's like I said, when Madden started getting to a point where my input, and not just me, but myself, Smitty, Azure, and all of you guys, Kia and all of you guys, I mean, y'all know who y'all are, who we take with us when we go to speak to those devs, even though we don't have to do that with Kia, because Kia has a direct line the same way we do. But all of you guys who support the sim standard and have the same ideas, that's who we have in mind when we're down there giving feedback. And I said, the minute they show me that what we're offering, they're not changing, that's when I'm going to be done with that. Like, I'm done with it. The minute it gets to that. And that's why, to me, this next gen is going to tell me a lot because it's going to let me know if the things that we're asking for will actually come or not. And I know we've said this before previous years. I get it, but we were seeing progress, right? Now all of a sudden it's kind of like sitting right here. It's not going up. So, man, if this game is coming in, especially what 2K is doing and retooling and recoding, and if Madden come in flat, man, listen. And on top of that, now throw it to Smitty, but let's just kick it off. Have y'all heard anything about next level? Only thing we've heard is those articles. We all seen them. They're on their website, and this was months ago. But the speculation is that this might not be a launch title. Now, I will be fair and say this. I'm not giving them the benefit of the doubt, but I'm going to give them their sneaky loophole. Because EA is good at this. They never told us it was a launch day title. That's probably what they'll tell us, right? If we matter of fact, we all should start a hashtag again like we did. Where's the news? Where's the next gen news? And force them to talk. The thing is, they could easily say, well, guys, we never said, technically, we never said it was launching. And honestly, you would have to agree with them because the funny thing is 2K seems like they have been a part of the PS5 launch, even though I know they're going to be on both consoles. But that's been from the beginning. Look at us on PS5. Da. Then they're even showing they were even shown in the PlayStation, what do you call it, the showcase. So clearly, they coming out and they ready to rock. We ain't heard nothing. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, because this is the last thing I'll say. If not at launch, which is November, if my math is correct, when are you coming? When are you coming? You coming in December, or are you talking early 21? And then if that is the case, why do that? Because if you know, like I know, like Smitty knows, it's October 22nd. Let me give you guys a little secret in case y'all don't know. They're already working on 22. The cycle doesn't slow down just because a new console came out. In fact, here's another built-in excuse for next year. Y'all ready for this? Well, we had a short cycle, because we bust our gun out and everybody was working on next gen and a delay, which is the truth. But the thing is, they always say that. We saw it with Frostbite, right? Well, technically, that's what I'm saying. If it doesn't come out at launch, are you pushing it to 2021 early on? And how much sense does it make then when you're already in the next year? Or are you giving us the excuse then to say, we decided to wait for 22? That's EA for you, man. And again, since we ain't heard no news on it, I'm not feeling it. I'm not. Maybe, just maybe, Smitty, that I'm still gonna go out on this ledge, and I know I might be a fool at the end, but I'm gonna say I don't think it's gonna be the exact same experience. I heard Eray say the same thing, that he's heard some things that he feels like.
Yeah, I mean,
now maybe, just maybe, the longer they take to bring it out, I know, guys, I'm reaching, but what else do we have to do? Because none of us expect it to be great anyway, or change. So I might as well ride the other narrative, and if I'm right, great. But I don't know, man. I just don't know what to expect.
See,
what you think, Smitty?
I think is like, well, first thing, in bringing up Eray to the whole, how we used to chat on Discord and all that stuff, I'm very comfortable with saying I know Eray is in the loop. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. He's definitely in the loop. Excuse me. Guys like SGO more than likely are in the loop. There's
good point. Hold on, my bad, Smitty. I didn't want to cut you off, but this is a great point. Thank you, A Philly, because I meant to say that and totally forgot. That is a great point. dual entitlement is almost forcing them to get this game out. So that's another interesting point. Again, if it doesn't come out at launch, when we talking? I mean, because how stupid would it be for it to come out next year, like January, February, March? You see what I'm saying? Because they've already put their foot in their mouth and they've said, well, the dual entitlement is through, what is it, before the release of the next game. So you see what I'm? Because now, what if they don't? Oh boy, that throws another can
Oh
of worms
yeah,
into it. Good point,
yeah.
Philly.
So Madden 21 must come out.
Must come out.
So it must, because it says it right here. It's right on the very first line of the dual entitlement article on EA's site. It says this offer expires upon the release of Madden 22 or FIFA 22 respectively. So that's it. So gonna be you get Madden 21 and hey guys, we're gonna slip it to you for no, it's gonna be this game has to come out.
Oh
See,
boy.
this is the thing. Okay. Now, few things. Like there are people that are in the loop, and like what Sim said, that's the key thing we're looking for. Because remember, Rex said it in the interview with Sim on Madden 16 back then. He said, when I got brought in as creative director, I needed my Sim Standard guys. I had to get them in there. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if I'm going to do this role, I got to get my guys. He ain't there no more. You know what I'm saying? And Clint is our dude. You know, Clint, Scant, Dave, all, other guys.
A-Dub.
Those are our people. A-Dub, all of them. Those are our people, man. Those are our guys. J Duel's, in there. Those are our people. But at the end of the day, they're not the ones that run the ship.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? And Rex fought. And it's different when we're in there because, we would back Rex up 100, 110. You know what I'm saying? And just be like, yo, this ain't right. And da 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 da. But like Sim said, the way this game is coming out now, they're not really doing what we're saying should be happening. And excuse me. And then when you look on the flip side at what NBA 2K is about, like what Sim just read, 2K said that. Now, I don't know how long you guys have been watching Sim F-Ball, but ever since at least 2009, even when Batbreaker came out especially, talked about player movement being paramount, player movement being this, the surface mattering and all that. Azura piggybacked off of that, made various points. We've made, I don't know how many videos and points in the studio saying it to the dev team. So it's like, we've said it countless times. And then to see, we were liking Madden 25 because the way it was. Matter of fact, you had game changers in the studio saying, hey, how come I can't hold turbo and turn corners on a dime and all that stuff? It's like, you can't run full sprint in one direction and expect to just turn. That's not, you got to let off the gas.
Yeah, go try to do it. Go outside.
Yeah, go outside and do it then.
Blow your ankle up. Oh, man.
And so that's the thing. So when you look at Madden and the way it is at this point, every single thing, and I've said this previously, like not last week, but in the past, where I've ran down all the different things that were added into Madden. And I'm talking about initially, like if they were left as the challenging blocks that they were, the sack fumbles, the duck passes when you get hit, the people getting stripped while they're running and the ball just getting punched out because people were stripping it, the wideout DB interactions, the way they were when Sim, me, and Azura were at the studio at first. played way better than what ended up happening. The quarterback accuracy / inaccuracies that were the way it was in the studio when we played it. If these things all held true today and were only improved and built upon, we wouldn't have as many gripes today. And see, that plays hand to what I was reading in that 2K article. All of that stuff that's bullet pointed, all that stuff that's highlighted in those notes. You can go back years, 5, 6, 7 years. And this is stuff that was newly introduced or stuff that may have been on year 1, year 2, year 3. And then they continue to build and build and build and expand and build and expand. That's the thing that I've always said that I give props to 2K for, is because they just don't build. They're always expanding somewhere in there. They're building up, expanding out, build up, expand out, build up, expand out. And that's what we're not getting from Madden. We're not getting that build up, expand out. Hey, we're barely getting build up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So and see this, I'm with Sim. Now, see, Sim's in the league. You know what I mean? I'm not in no league. I couldn't possibly play this game in the league because the game is too frustrating for me to want to be in the league.
Oh, I'm really about to find out. Just a side note to throw at you guys, and I want y'all to imagine this. I'm really about to find out because just guess what just happened? We finished our draft tonight, which took us a while because of that whole debacle. If you back out, finished the draft. But guess what I was looking for in the draft, folks? You guessed it, quarterback. You know why? Because Ben Roethlisberger retired after 17 years. So my team is upside down. Let me tell you something else that happened, and y'all let me know if this was a bug or not. So you know how you have the one last chance to re-sign your players at the end of the season. I've always done this ever since I've played this current generation of Madden. I don't sign a lot of players during the year because I'm one of those, again, crazy nuts, sim guy. I go in and look at the stats and see how he did all right when I want controlling him. Let's re-sign him. Usually only re-sign 1 or 2 guys during the season. But guess what happened this time? I go to re-sign all my guys before we go into the offseason. After the Super Bowl, there were 16 people that I had to talk to. 13 out of 16, I only had the option to franchise tag them. Why is that? Only franchise. No negotiation. Only franchise tag. So, I had to franchise tag Juju Smith-Schuster. Wanted to keep him. Never had a chance to negotiate. And everybody else, the Joe Haydens of the world and all of that, no option. I could only tag them. And that's it. So I lost a lot of players. So the reason why I say this is going to be hilarious is because now I get to see what this game is really all about. Couldn't get a quarterback in the draft. You know, all the people I was looking at gone. I knew Trevor Lawrence was gone. Trey Lance was on my radar. And Caleb, shout outs to Caleb if he's listening. Caleb swooped in 2 picks before me and scooped him. I'm like, gosh. I even had Jamie Newman snuck way down because we had him not even showing that great. Somebody swooped in and got him in like the 3rd or 4th. I have one quarterback. His name is Mason Rudolph. So now I have to go in free agency, and let me let you guys know who the best quarterback. I'm saying this for a reason, guys. Best quarterback to offer right now is Phillip Rivers. I'm not paying him $8.2 million for 1 year.
Ooh.
Andy Dalton, who's now a rated 70. What is he overall? Let me see. Andy Dalton, the red rifle, is a 70 overall. And guess how much he wants? $3 million for 1 year. Not too bad for a quarterback.
Yeah, I'm about to say, that's.
And the next I have is Nick Mullins, a 69 overall. However, I might scoop him only because mid accuracy is 81, short accuracy 83, deep 78. I mean, but he's got to be better than Mason Rudolph, right? But I need at least 2 quarterbacks on the roster because we have rules. So my point is this. This game is not going to let me see the struggle organically. That's my point. I'm not going to experience, wow, man, you know, I got a struggling team. I got to, make some moves, maybe offer a trade here and there. This game is not going to allow me to see that. They're going to make my team horrendous. and y'all know what I'm talking about. The no dice rolls are going to work. The overthrows are going to be way on the left side of the barn. That's what we're talking about. We're not going to have this might be a bad comparison, but I think you guys know what I'm about to, where you'll get where I'm going. We're not going to have a Miami Heat situation. Meaning they were capable players on that squad and a pretty decent superstar in a Jimmy Butler. And you saw what happened when they was able to collectively play together. Oh, They hit some shots. Oh, they could bang with some of the big boys. You can't do that in Madden.
That's true.
So that's our point. This would be fun to me if this was a fully sim game. I would enjoy the rebuild. I would enjoy it. Like, yo, we ain't gonna win much, but it's gonna be cool, seeing who shows up. But it ain't. They're not gonna let it happen. You guys that play in the league, y'all know what I'm talking about. Have you played on all Madden, even against other people? You know how widely the ball is overthrown sometimes with good quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
That's my point.
Yep.
The game is it's not built like that.
You're going to be throwing passes straight to the defender.
Oh, man.
Man, I was trying to hit my receiver. You're going to throw it straight at the defender on purpose. They
I'm about to
just
tank.
no real resemblance, you know what I'm saying, of how it should really be done.
I'm about to tank, boy. I'm gonna have the number 1 pick next year. If I'm still around to play. I'm telling y'all, man, I'm this close from getting
it. See, and that's the kind of stuff we're talking about. Now, when you see, this is the thing. You look at that. Let's keep it in the EA wheelhouse. A game that still is on the Ignite Tech right now. NHL. Look at their career mode. Look at their My Career thing. Look at their franchise mode. All the depth they got in there and everything like that. Wouldn't that be fun if that was in Madden?
Tell me about it.
You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't it be fun if the puck physics were like that relative in terms of the ball physics? The player physics were like how the player physics are in NHL, how fluid. I mean, if you just watch NHL 21 and look at how fluid that game looks. I mean, it looks so freaking clean. How come they got all that? But Madden can't do it. That's the kind of stuff we're talking about. And then you got this game coming out in 3 weeks. Madden, we ain't got nothing. We ain't got nothing. What, they gonna hit us with a blog at the last second? And see, to sim what you were saying before about Frostbite. See, Frostbite, the dev team was put in a predicament. Frostbite must go out now. Y'all see the success of this journey? Nope. It's got to come out now. We got to get long shot out right now. We got to get all of it now. They had to scramble to put it together, scramble to port stuff over, scramble to make it all all work. When Rex said, no, I want to actually work on the gameplay and fix the game. I want to make the game the way it needs to be made.
Mm-hmm.
No. Y'all going to do this long shot instead. See? Frostbite could have came, but it could have came a year or two later. Not yet. See? So this is what I'm saying. That's what EA chose to do. This is the move that EA chose to make. And because of this, look at this game that we sitting on right now. The way this game plays and moves and feels. Players not truly attached to the field. You know, you all know. And it renders the game an unplayable experience, extremely unenjoyable. And I mean, y'all seen like Sim said, they ain't put out no information since freaking what was that, summertime, June? Just that same CG trailer. Hey, here's some 4K screenshots. 4K screenshots of a CG trailer. I'm not concerned about that. Now, if that is in-game footage, then okay, that's awesome. But I want to see it. Prove it. Because like you said, Sim, NBA 2K was a launch title for PS5 through and through. They've shown it at both of their PS5 presentations. No, excuse me. They didn't show it at the second one, but still, they made it clear that they like when the consoles come out, you're gonna have this. Loading times are gonna be blazing fast, all that good stuff. They promoted all that.
Mm-hmm.
Madden just had Pat Mahomes showcase a game that looked like it had visual updates to it, but you had Pat Mahomes performing animations that are in the game now. And you're expecting us to just sit here and say, "Oh yeah, this is next gen." I don't think so. That's not next gen at all. And see, that's the stuff that people are razzing 2K about. Oh, this looks like 2K21 right now. Okay, play it. From reading all that information, see that's the kind of stuff. Sim and I said this with 757 when he used to come through. There are going to be things that happen in this game that you're not going to be able to honestly appreciate because you can't see it.
Right.
It's not going to pass the naked eye test. You got to actually feel it. If player movement is really truly paramount the way it should be, and I'm playing it on the sticks, I'm like, hey yo, it may not look like it to y'all, but this right here, this is how it should be. See, if they hitting like that, that's different. Hey, we working to remove all the suction and the sliding and the speeds boosting, all that. Thank you, 2K. You're being upfront and saying you're going after it. Even if it's not perfect, you're going after it. I'll give you credit on that alone.
Exactly.
Where are we seeing this from EA? And see, that's what I'm saying. Where is that from EA? Where is that in a blog, in a not a back of box feature, but just in terms of just this is what we did to resolve X. We've heard you guys complain about this, that, and the third. These guys are talking about generational problems. Man, we've had these problems for the longest of times, man. And now we finally able to address it. And this is what we did.
I'm about to throw something on screen that is another thing that ticks me off about this game. It's the simple stuff. Let me show y'all. I think I have it already on here. Let me see. But go ahead, Smitty. I'm going to show a screenshot in Madden that you guys are going to get a kick out of.
And the thing I want you also to understand is now, and I'm glad Kenny said what he said because I was thinking about that too. 2K is making a football game. It's coming. Well, tentatively, it's coming out this year. Well, not this year, excuse me, but next year in 21. What's it going to be like? I don't know. We don't know. None of us have any insight on that.
I want you guys to tell me what's wrong with that image right there. I'm going to let it sit there for a while.
Oh, it's showing. We're blocking it.
No, I'm about to move it. You'll see.
Oh, okay. All right. But what are we going to? Oh, wow. Really? Oh, I see it even with us in the way, but still, wow.
This still happens till this day. This is what I'm saying, man. And again, me and Smitty will probably defend the devs to the end of the earth if we could, man, because we know what they're really about. But for the bosses to not even understand why this is the problem. When they say, hey, man, we got things we need to fix. Look at that. And it just happened for 2 of my players, just being the second player. Oh, y'all want to see my little pitiful roster? Go ahead, Smitty. You can keep talking. I'll let everybody see
Oh no.
this pitiful roster I got
What
here.
I was looking at also in the background, I mean, now it's showing more consistent Steelers picks, but at first it was showing nothing but Cincinnati Bengals players. Like it literally just still shots of them in the background.
And it was showing that Mason Rudolph was with the Bucks.
Yeah, I know, and it says that too. He's on the along with that issue, him being on the Bucks, Steelers jersey, and a decent amount of Bengals picture like that one right there. You got my man number 30 something just sitting up there. Yeah,
Idiotic, man.
this is stuff. And see, this is what I'm saying. People have that feeling like this game is just a tease to. Oh, excuse me. To just hold us over until the next gen comes out. So my thing is, where is it at? Where's the offering? What do you guys got forthcoming? Because this game's supposed to be out in a few weeks, and y'all ain't said a word yet. I mean, nothing. No tease, no trailer, no, none of that. You gave us a tease back in June. I'm talking about like, what's this game gonna be like that we gonna be playing potentially? And this is not gonna cut it. And the thing is, like I said, according to your own rules, this game has to come out. But what I don't want to see, that's why I just thought came back to me. What I don't want to see is I don't want to see this Madden situation be like how it was when they made the Frostbite transition. Because what's gonna happen is they're gonna be behind the curve the whole time again.
Right.
Oh man, well, see,
look, there it is again. They got this guy showing as he's with the Jets. This game is, I tell you, boy.
No. And see, that's what I'm saying. You can't have it where you have these problems, and then you're coming out going to the next gen, and you're going to be up here saying, "Oh, well, we're behind the curve. We couldn't drop the game at launch as we wanted it to. We can't do it." And then what's going to happen is they're going to be playing from behind because they're going to be working on Madden 21 next gen, working on issues, working on bugs. Oh man, we got the current Madden tournament. Oh, we got to do a patch for the meta for that, and then we got to do it. So it's going to be 50,000 things they're going to be trying to do at once, and at the same time manage building the next game. And because of that, they're going to be like, well, see, we had all this to do with Madden 22, so that's our production got slowed down. Because like Rex, excuse me, like Sim said, he's not saying it as a diss. Like, it's true. But like what Rex has said before when he used to get on the stream with Gibbs and Farles and all those guys, is that every time we have to do patches, that's taking away development time and resources that we could use for the next game.
Right.
Because we only have so much time to work with. So this, the hand we're dealt is the hand we're dealt. And it's like, if we have to spend time constantly going back and working on stuff and fixing stuff and touching and tinkering and all that stuff, that's going to be a problem. Like that's how we end up coming up short. So folk may not want to hear that and say, oh, EA is this multi-billion-dollar company. Yeah, and how you think they say that way? You see what I'm saying? That's exactly how they stay that way. Man, look, we're gonna give you this fixed budget of only this much to do what you need to do. Now make it happen. And that's it. He can't come up and say, all right, can we double and triple that because we got it anyway? No, he can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Clint can't do that. No one in the building can do that. It doesn't work that way, unfortunately. So, and like what Kia is saying, and I said that last week, that just as a food for thought, because EA never said next gen was coming out when the consoles dropped. They never said that. They only talked about the cross-platforming.
They never said it.
Yeah.
You're
and
right.
See, that's why I find it very interesting that for the past week, they've been selling Madden for $30. If you didn't notice it, they had fat kid deal, not fat. Well, yeah, fat kid deals promoted it. Target had it, and I think Walmart too, or whatever. But I think GameStop did. But they had it for $30.
Didn't Amazon have it on Prime Day or something too?
Yeah, they did too. Yep, you're right.
Yeah.
Yep, Prime Day. So $30 for Madden, brand new. So they did that. They're when they're doing stuff like that, they're doing stuff that way. You know what I'm saying? Like they're trying to get some sales up. Because so that way people will have that copy of the game and then go ahead and get it for next gen and all that stuff too. So you see what I'm saying? To get that next gen port, which is not a bad plan. I'm not saying that's a problem. That's a good thing. But go ahead, get it. Get the port over and keep it trucking. That's what's up. You say, oh, you think it's still 30. Well, if it's still 30, that's what's up. But the point is, that's a good move to try and get as many people as you can to get the game. You know what I'm saying? And sorry, I need a swig there, throat for a throat gets scratchy. But I'll say this real quick because I know we're gonna have to wrap things up here. I want to be real quick with an example. I don't think Hollywood is on here tonight, but what I want to take from is Hollywood sports. Looking at this 2K logic, this is one of the things I expect to see happen. I want to see EA. I want to see secondary defense, like what Barry Lee was saying. Coverage is atrocious, and it is. Excuse me. I want to see logical coverage. I want to see logic and common sense be used in coverage.
That's it, man.
That's because Hollywood sports had to play, and myself, Mole, and Hollywood were going back and forth about it because I was saying that he was playing somebody, and I don't know if he called palms. I think he called palms, and then he had his front defenders that were supposed to play the vertical hook. Vertical. I don't want to say vertical hook or vertical seam, and he made them play the flat. He did a defensive adjustment, made them play the flat. So the safety over top, instead of him playing, because that corner up front was playing the flat.
Wait, he put the corner in flat.
Yeah, he put the corner in flat.
What type of set was it? Was it 2x2 or?
Hold on, let me see. Hold on, let me see if I got the convo. I'll
Because if that was, I'm just trying to figure out what was the receiver count on that side. Because in that case, it's a 2 read, in that situation. So, but if he I'm not defending it, but that's the problem. If he makes the adjustment, then you know how Madden's coverage works. Is they just gonna do that? It probably kills the whole read action. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was 2 receivers on that side. Like, I'm just looking at the little clip here. It was two receivers on that side. Hollywood was controlling the middle linebacker himself. Now he made that interior, the 2 interior corners, he made them play the flat.
Both of them?
Both of them, yeah, because he probably had them play underneath. So those guys played the flat. So what ended up happening was the safety over top. There was a receiver on the left side of the field that did a crossing route. So that the safety over top on the right third of the field, that's in the deep blue, he came down because that flat was no longer going to carry. He came down and took that crosser, which left a big old gaping hole in his third of the field, and he was able to throw it over top. My issue I had with it was saying,
who was the vertical? Who ended up being the vertical route? Which receiver? The number 1 or 2?
It was. Oops, I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me see. It was. Hold on. I'm trying to play it here. Hold on. Where does it play up at? I want to say. Hold on. I'm going to let it play.
I want to hear
All right,
Kia's
it was
take
the
too,
number
because
two. It was the number two.
Kia probably knows where I'm going with it.
So
The
it was
number
the
two went vertical.
interior receiver. The interior receiver ran up the flat uncontested because the defender crashed down to take a crossing route instead
Yeah.
of staying over top.
The safety
He
took the
should have
number two.
stayed. He should have stayed. This is what I'm saying logical. I understand well by play art and by the logic of the play call and the adjustment. I get that. But at the same time, there also needs to be a level of logic and common sense.
Yeah,
If
I agree.
if you're playing zone defense, the purpose of the zone defense is for containment.
What in
You
the world?
basically
Are y'all
what
watching
happened?
this? Ah! He ran out of gas. Oh my! Oh, Smitty, my bad, man. But
What
oh my
happened? What
God,
happened?
Daniel Jones just did like a read action, right? Tucked
Yeah.
it and booked Smitty. This man is in awe. If I should turn the camera so you can see, they showing the replay here on my side. All right, he fakes it. Why everybody crashed. This dude is all alone, by himself. He gets to like, he starts stumbling around the 25 and falls on his face,
Oh, really?
untouched.
Oh, wow.
Oh, keep your feet, brother.
Oh,
Now the
man.
ball on the 8-yard line. That was hilarious. But I was impressed because I said, "Oh, look at Daniel Jones. He about to get like a 70-yard touchdown."
Yeah.
Wow, that was hilarious. Wow.
But
Oh, they gonna kill him tonight on Sports Center. Oh my gosh. Yo, Smitty, please, if you get a chance, you gonna see this again.
yeah, oh, I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna see it.
Oh man.
But 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 no, the main thing is that zone defense is about containment. If you're playing over the top, you're basically the bottle cap. You're supposed to cap the play. So when you got a receiver running towards you, even if it's two of them running towards you, logical thing to do is not to say, "Hey, I'm gonna run down and chase this receiver and leave this area of the field wide open without signaling to any teammate to possibly compensate." You just left. You shouldn't have did that. If anything, you fall back and you retreat. Oh snap! Okay, this wideout's coming this way. He's coming toward me. Okay, let me keep moving. Let me try to keep him in front of me. Let me stay. You know what I'm saying? Let me stay with him because at the end of the day, it's perfectly okay. I could live with getting gashed for maybe 10 or 15, but not a touchdown. You see
Right.
what I'm saying? That's the point that I'm getting at. So I know Kia knows exactly what time it is with it when it comes to that. But the thing is that it needs to be logical. It needs to be more logical. You need to you need to take into account what's going on. That's like saying in basketball, playing 3-2 zone defense or 2-3 zone defense, and you play it to the letter no matter what the offense does. Like, no, you can't play it like that. You still have to have at every position, you play according to the zone, you adjust according to where the ball is swung. But at the same time, there still has to be a sense of, you still have to have your common sense and have some kind of basketball IQ defensively for what literally is happening during the course of the game or what's happening during that possession. You can't just say, well, I rotated all the way over here because that's what I'm supposed to do. No, but you need to stay with, if you see your man cutting, you don't just rotate blindly and leave him be. You go ahead, you keep yourself aware of where he's at and what he's doing. Play in between the two if you have to. You
They
know what I'm
showing it
saying?
again, man. Oh god. Oh, it's so
Oh,
funny. I
man,
can't help it. But
it's
yes,
stupid.
I fully agree, man. I mean, I get it. But like Kia said earlier, that's the problem with Madden is, Well, you always say it's so mechanical, man. It's like, in all fairness, and I hate to even say this, but it's a weird thing to say. I would prefer it to be like you said, but it almost reminds me of the conversation that we had with Clint and Rex before when we talked about adaptive AI. And I remember Rex always saying, "Hey, I'm with you, but what about that time when your receiver, you tell your defender to do one thing and he does something else? How you gonna feel?" So this kind of reminds me of that, even though I fully agree with what you're saying. It should just be more logical. Like, because even if you tell your guys play the flat, then I still would love an AI, a world where the defender is still reading the action. So the safety is still like, whoa, wait a minute. Whoa, this guy's going vertical. Like I need to jump him or what have you, regardless of what the responsibility, closest threat. You have to play the threat. But I can hear the argument from the development side of, well, I mean, he told his guys to do this. And when he did that, it screwed up the matching rules, et cetera, et cetera. So it's almost sucks when we have those scenarios because then, we've been there before where the devs will counter it based on how the game is programmed. And it's kind of like, yeah, I see what you mean. The fact that he made him go on the flat, but still, it goes back to, again, like what you used to say, you've been saying this since Madden 25. Where's this diagnosing of the play? That doesn't happen. Safeties still continue to drift and drift and drift and drift. Like, how is it? And I understand certain routes will be covered too. There is Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Y'all know we've seen that quite often, where we give up that middle of the field. The safeties don't react. But my thing is, I just want to see them react, even if they don't make the play. I hate seeing players still do this as the ball is thrown, then they come forward. Like, bite on the arm. Even if you're wrong, let me just see you read and react. Oh man, this game. It's sad, man. Because again, and I'm not knocking nobody, but again, if Caleb is listening, because I know he watches the show, he knows what I'm talking about. We got guys in our league that they live off of that. They live off of knowing the inconsistencies of the game, and they just know exactly when the breaking point's gonna. And you can't always cover that, even if you're playing one of the safeties. You can't always account for those mishaps.
Right.
You can't cover the whole field. It sucks when you put your guys in position to at least be in a better position to make the play, and they don't do nothing. They just watch the guy just run right past them. Don't understand that, man. Don't understand that. But that's all I got. I have nothing else to say about Madden, man, since they ain't saying nothing to us.
Right.
I mean, they ain't giving us nothing, so I mean, it's really leaving us nothing to say, man. Other than we'll see. We shall see.
Yeah. We shall see. So that's pretty much it, man. That's it for the night, man.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing else, man. I'm gonna see if I can find me a quarterback, man. Oh, this sad. I need a quarterback, right tackle, left tackle, D tackle, left guard. Sheesh. Man. This ain't good, brother. This ain't good. But we'll see. It's going to be... Oh, let me see. Hold on, guys. In real time, I'll let y'all know somebody's offering me. And I might take them. What they want in return. Let me see. Somebody's offering Kaepernick. Let me see what they want. So if I click on Cap, what they proposing? Nah, you're going to have to send me an offer. I don't know. Let me ask y'all, what should I give up for Cap, guys? I'm going to tell y'all what's in his player card here. He is rated a 78 overall. Throw power, 87. Deep accuracy, 79. Middle, 79. Short, 86. Mason Rudolph's ratings in that regard are about the same, to be honest. Speed is an 84, which I don't have a running quarterback type of offense. Let me see. What's his cap hit, man? See what's going on with his contract. Can't be no more than a year. I'll tell you guys, and y'all let me know what y'all think. Then we'll wrap up the show. But it sucks, man. Y'all know y'all hear us talk about this all the time, man. It's like I want to play a modern day football game, man. There's other games just don't. I'm sorry, it doesn't improve my experience. So to get a little football in and have a little camaraderie with some other guys, I play in the league. I play Madden long enough to stomach it. And I've just really not played it offline in quite a while. 3 years remaining on his contract. Total salary 7.65. Cap hit 3.73. That ain't bad. What y'all think, man? If I pull the trigger, what should I give him? What should I offer him? Billy the Kid said, "Don't get him." Barry says mid to low second. Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, I give him lower round draft picks.
Mid to low second. Let's see if he'll bite for a second.
It'd be sweet if you could give cash considerations with it. Stuff like that.
Funny thing is, looking at this roster, that second round pick might be a high one.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna have the same season I had last year. Last year I ended up, what did I finish? It was either 10-6 or 11-5. I did decent in the last season. This one is probably gonna be more like 5-11. So I'm gonna throw a third at him, see if he'll bite. And if not, I mean, it's your backup quarterback. Come on, brother.
Yeah.
Be nice. I did sign Nick Mullen, though, just as a security, but if Cap signs, I'm going to cut him. All right, so let's see. Draft pick, third round. Look at it. They got us projected already as 19. I see. So yeah, let's throw this third round at him and see what he like. See if he'll take it. Submit. Trade interest is low, but we'll see. Let's see. Maybe he'll take it. But all right, guys, man, I guess we'll wrap it up. Ain't nothing else here to talk about. Let me go spend some time with the family. And we'll holler at you guys, man. But outside of that, man, I hope everybody's great. Y'all know we got to do our responsible thing and be safe, man. I'm also going to go check some highlights. I know the boy Trump gave me some funnies. I know he gave me some funnies tonight. Right. I already know he did. Listen, guys, let me just be open and honest with y'all. And I don't care who gets mad by this. I don't care. I'm never afraid to speak my mind for religion, for politics, whatever, because it's just my opinion. I don't hate you if you disagree with me. But I, in no shape, way, or form do I support Donald Trump. I'm sorry. It's not a party thing. Because every time I say that, you know what's funny? People always want to say, well, what about Biden? Well, I ain't saying nothing about him. I didn't say I support him either. I'm just saying I don't support Trump because of what he's been and I don't support that, right? But let me tell you, this guy has given me some of the funniest moments of all time. I never thought I would see this. This dude is simply hilarious. From way back, before he won, when he said, we're going to win bigly, that was funny to me. Bigly? Hilarious. When he said, the virus came from China, right? And then the lady said, well, why are you saying that? He said, because it came from China. And he put that little accent on it. Hilarious. when he called it the Kung Flu. I was floored. This guy is ridiculously funny. I can't believe how immature. Like it's. I never thought I would see anything like this. So I get comic relief from watching this dude, and I bring that all here to say this. I know he gave me some material in this debate. I know he did because he gave us some in the first one. So I can't wait to hear the highlights, man. But anyway. Be safe, guys. This virus, man, listen, whether you believe it or not, they're saying that no state is actually going in the right direction. In fact, 33 states are increasing. I think I saw earlier today we're back to about 1,000 deaths. Come on, man.
Yeah.
And they're calling for it to be worse in the fall. So I just say, look, whether you believe it or don't, protect yourself the best way you can. If you choose not to follow the protocols and all that, just don't be around people that do follow it because you make them uneasy. Right. You make people uneasy. You know what I'm saying? Let's be good human beings, man, and try to be good to each other because this world is getting crazy. But other than that, man, I'm out of here. Catch you guys later. Good luck to your football team unless you are the Tennessee Titans, AzureEffect. I don't want to hear nothing until after the game, brother. You my brother, but hey, we got a tough one coming up. This is going to be fun to watch, man, but that's it, guys. Y'all be good. Have a good night. Be blessed. Thanks for tuning in to the Sim Standard Podcast. Catch you guys later. Peace.